Hello everyone, I'm Dr. James Porter, and today I want to sit down, really close to you, to talk about something many of us experience but rarely discuss openly: the strength of our muscles as we age. Have you ever felt that your legs aren't as agile as they used to be? Have you ever had to use the arms of a chair to stand up, or found your heart racing and energy drained after just a few steps? If your answer is yes, you are not alone. I've seen countless patients just like that, people who used to be active and energetic, now feeling their strength diminish day by day for no clear reason. Let me share a story. One of my patients, Barbara, 68 years old, believed that just having a few eggs for breakfast and a can of sardines for lunch was enough to maintain her strength. She stuck to this routine for months. Yet every time she stood up from a chair, her legs felt weak and exhausted. Climbing stairs left her heart racing, and sometimes her calves would cramp unexpectedly. She wondered, is this just the rule of aging? And I had to tell her sincerely, no, it's not fate. It's that your body is lacking usable protein, and the way you're eating isn't enough for your muscles to recognize that they need rebuilding. You see, aging doesn't just make us feel slower, it actually changes how our bodies absorb and use protein. Even if you eat 10 eggs, giving you 60 grams of protein, it's still not enough for someone over 60, who needs over 100 grams per day to give muscles a chance to recover and grow. And here's the key point: our aging muscles don't respond as quickly as before. They don't just need more protein, they need high quality, easily absorbed protein, combined with other supportive nutrients. Through years of working with people over 50, I've realized something: you don't need expensive or exotic superfoods. Muscle strength can be rebuilt with simple, familiar foods, as long as you combine them smartly. A prime example is canned beans, something most of us overlook. 1 cup of black beans contains about 15 grams of protein, more than a can of sardines. More importantly, beans contain lysine, an essential amino acid for muscle synthesis, meaning if your body lacks lysine, you could eat mountains of protein, and your muscles still won't recover effectively. And here's something many people don't know: beans also contain magnesium, folate, and potassium, nutrients often deficient in older adults without them even realizing. Magnesium helps muscles stretch and contract smoothly, reducing cramps. Potassium aids proper muscle function. Folate supports nerves and energy. In a study tracking 150 older adults over 20 weeks, those who added beans to daily meals along with light exercise increased muscle endurance by 16% and recovered 19% faster compared to the normal diet group. Just think, by adding 1 cup of beans a day, your tired legs may hurt less, you may stand up more easily, and you could return to gardening or walking without exhaustion. But beans are just the beginning. Canned tuna is another powerful companion. A 100g serving provides 25-30g of protein, all 9 essential amino acids, and is highly absorbable for aging muscles. We've seen patients who eat tuna 3 times a week gain an average of 4.1 pounds of muscle in just a few months, compared to the control group's 1.2 pounds. Tuna is also rich in vitamin B12 and selenium, supporting energy and nervous system health, while reducing post-exercise muscle inflammation. One of my 74-year-old patients, Harold, complained he no longer had the strength to carry grocery bags. After a few weeks of adding tuna to lunch and breakfast, he said, "I can feel the strength in my arms when I lift things. It's a real difference." Have you ever wondered why some older adults maintain strength and energy while others feel drained every day? The secret often lies in how you combine foods. Don't think that just eating protein is enough. Mushrooms, for example, are quiet but powerful repair workers. 1 cup of cooked mushrooms provides 12-15g of protein, along with vitamin B6, folate, selenium, and beta-glucans, helping reduce inflammation and speed up muscle recovery. One of my patients, Gloria, 71, added mushrooms to breakfast and evening soup, and after just 3 weeks, she felt less leg soreness, stood up more easily, and was full of energy. And if you think muscles only need protein, think again. Canned beef, a classic, protein source from the cowboy era, contains all essential amino acids, creatine, and carnosine, helping muscles function powerfully, reducing age-related decline, and improving endurance for daily activities. A study of 120 older adults over 16 weeks showed that the group eating canned beef 3 times a week increased lean mass by 22% and strength by 28% compared to the plant protein group. These numbers aren't just statistics. They reflect the difference between walking confidently or relying on a cane, lifting groceries with ease or wincing in pain. But on this muscle-building journey, there are also silent saboteurs you need to avoid. Instant noodles, cheap, convenient, familiar, are one of the foods that can undo all your hard work. Refined carbs, hydrogenated oils, excess salt, and MSG cause sudden blood sugar spikes, preventing effective protein absorption while increasing muscle inflammation. A study of 180 older adults found that those who regularly ate instant noodles with protein-rich meals reduced muscle synthesis by 35% compared to those who did not. It's astonishing, but entirely preventable. Have you ever wondered, am I unknowingly sabotaging my muscles? If the answer is yes, then today you are in the right place to make a change. What I want you to understand is that building muscle after 60 doesn't require expensive protein powders or supplements. It requires smart knowledge, simple foods, correct combinations, and patience. When you realize this, every meal becomes an opportunity for muscle recovery, every step becomes lighter, and each day becomes more fulfilling. Now I want you to picture this. For breakfast today, you could saute eggs with mushrooms, add a bit of black beans, or for lunch, a tuna salad with greens and white beans. In the evening, canned beef, mushrooms, and a portion of brown rice. Nothing extravagant, but your body will feel the difference. Standing up from a chair won't be a struggle, walking won't leave you breathless, lifting groceries won't hurt. It all starts with small, smart daily choices. You see, when we start seeing our muscles as treasures to protect, when we understand that aging isn't a sentence but a journey, every meal, every step, every minute of movement becomes precious. Are you ready to start that journey today? Once we understand that protein is the key, the next question is, which protein, and how should we eat it so muscles truly benefit? Think of muscles as a construction project. You can buy the best cement and steel, but if the workers don't know how to build, or materials arrive late, the project won't be completed. Protein in meals is the material, but your body, especially after 60, needs supportive nutrients and proper timing to turn protein into actual muscle. Let's take a real example. Another patient, Harold, 74, used to have only a few eggs and a sandwich for breakfast. He always felt fatigued, legs sore after walking, saying, "I feel weaker every month." After adjusting his meals, adding canned tuna to lunch, beans to dinner, and lightly sautéed mushrooms, Harold felt his strength return in just a few weeks. He proudly said, "I can walk around the park without tiring, and even lift grocery bags easily." This shows that just a few simple dietary adjustments can make a huge difference. But muscles need more than protein. They need essential amino acids, minerals, vitamins, low inflammation, and adequate energy. That's why beans, tuna, mushrooms, and canned beef form a power quartet for people over 60. When combined wisely, these ordinary foods create a synergistic effect, helping muscles recover faster, firm up, and maintain endurance. Many older adults make the mistake of eating too many instant noodles or refined carbs. I remember a patient, Paul, 72, who thought he was eating healthily by combining tuna with instant noodles. Yet his strength declined, and cramps became more frequent. When we swapped instant noodles for whole grains like quinoa or brown rice combined with protein from fish and beans, within weeks Paul noticed his muscles responding better, fewer cramps, and more energy. This clearly shows that food quality and smart combinations matter more than absolute quantity. Here's a tip I always emphasize to my patients: eat protein evenly throughout the day, rather than in a single large meal. Breakfast could be eggs sautéed with mushrooms and beans. Lunch, a tuna salad with greens and white beans. Dinner, canned beef with mushrooms and brown rice. Each meal supplies protein, minerals, and anti-inflammatory nutrients, nourishing your muscles continuously. I also encourage light exercise. No need for a gym or fancy machines, just walking, light weights, or resistance bands. I've seen patients aged 65 to 70 who walked 30 minutes daily, combined with a diet rich in protein, beans, fish, and mushrooms. They increased muscle endurance by 15 to 20% in just a few weeks, walked more confidently, and felt energized. Another factor often overlooked is sleep and stress management. When your body is fatigued, stress hormones rise, muscles can't absorb protein effectively, and inflammation increases. Imagine going to bed after a protein-rich meal but stressed or sleep-deprived. Your muscles won't build as desired. So alongside proper eating, create habits for adequate sleep and stress reduction, a walk outdoors, deep breathing, or chatting with loved ones. Stay hydrated and maintain minerals. Magnesium, potassium, and calcium help muscles stretch, reduce cramps, and maintain endurance. I advise patients to drink water consistently, eat vegetables, fruits, and beans, supplying minerals and fiber for better digestion. Finally, remember that change doesn't happen overnight. Many people feel discouraged when their muscles don't improve in a week. I want to emphasize, aging isn't a sentence, it's a journey. Each smart meal, each step, each light exercise session is a building block for your muscles, energy, and confidence. Recognizing that your strength and independence can be preserved makes every day meaningful, and you'll feel proud of what your body can do. Now let's look back at the journey we've taken. We've talked about protein, the key material for muscle recovery. We've explored powerful foods like beans, tuna, mushrooms, and canned beef, and we've been cautious of saboteurs, like instant noodles. More importantly, I want you to realize that this isn't just dry nutritional knowledge. It's a tool to maintain independence, energy, and joy in life. Imagine a day after a few weeks of small changes. You wake up without calf soreness, walk around the park without gasping, lift a pot or grocery bag with ease. You wonder why you didn't try sooner. This isn't magic, it's the result of smart, consistent choices that suit your body. Let me share another real example. Gloria, 71, used to feel exhausted after short walks. When we added mushrooms to breakfast and evening soup, combined with a bit of tuna and beans, within weeks she felt stronger, her steps lighter, and her smile returned. Gloria said, "I never imagined my body could feel this healthy at my age." I believe every one of us can experience that if we take care of our muscles properly. So how do we apply this knowledge daily? Here's a simple, effective meal plan. Breakfast: lightly sautéed eggs with mushrooms, add a cup of black or white beans, with a bit of cottage cheese or avocado slice. This meal provides protein, minerals, and fiber to kickstart your muscles. Lunch: canned tuna salad with greens, white beans, olive oil, and avocado slices. Combines animal and plant protein with healthy fats, nourishing muscles and reducing inflammation. Dinner: canned beef, mushrooms, a portion of brown rice or quinoa, with vegetables as desired. Helps muscles repair and recover overnight for a new day full of energy. But eating isn't enough. Remember light movement, sufficient sleep, and a positive mindset. Muscles need stimulation to grow, and sleep is the golden time for protein synthesis and cell regeneration. A daily walk, a few minutes of resistance exercises, combined with nutrient-rich meals, a simple yet effective formula I've seen hundreds of patients successfully follow. Now ask yourself, do you want to stand up confidently, walk without fatigue, lift groceries without sore muscles, and maintain long-term independence? If the answer is yes, don't wait. Start with smart meals, gentle movement, and daily muscle care habits. Change is never easy. But even the smallest consistent steps can transform your life. Look at Harold, Gloria, Barbara. They all once felt weak, but with smart choices, strength and energy returned, along with the joy of living. Finally, I want to leave you with this message: age is not fate, it's a journey. Your body still has the capacity to recover, to maintain strength, to walk, laugh, hold hands, and live fully every day. Don't let misconceptions about aging stop you from caring for your body. If you find this information useful, hit like, share with friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss upcoming videos where I'll guide in detail on building muscle, reducing age-related muscle loss, and maintaining energy after 60. Let's build a community where older adults not only live longer, but healthier, more active, and confident lives. Remember, every meal, every step, every minute of light exercise is an opportunity to strengthen your muscles and live fully. You deserve it, and so do your muscles. So start today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today.